Hello students, today we are going to start language of chemistry part 2. In part 1 we have discussed what is a chemical reactions and characteristics of chemical reactions. So now we are going to revise all these characteristics, and after that we will discuss some more important topics. Let's see. What is a chemical reaction? The reaction in which two or more reactants chemically combine to form new substances, that is called product, and this is the funda for the chemical reaction. One reactant react with another reactant means they will chemically combine to form product, and product has totally different characteristic, totally different properties than their constituent particles. Constituent particles means reactant. And what is the characteristics of chemical reaction? There are lots of characteristics. The first one is that formation of new substances. Yes, my dear students, in a chemical reaction new substances are formed. Already we have discussed evolution of gas. Gases is released during chemical reaction like carbon dioxide, hydrogen gas, sulfur dioxide gas. Lots of gas are there. Change in color. Also we have discussed in the case of when potassium iodide react with lead nitrate, then yellow precipitate is formed. We have discussed in previous lecture. If you have any doubts, please go in first lecture and see that lecture in the case of precipitation reaction or in the change in color. You can see that. And the formation of precipitate also we have discussed. Now change in color, change in temperature. There are two cases, exothermic and endothermic. So what is the exothermic? The reaction in which energy is released, and energy is in the form of heat or light. And the chemical reaction in which energy is absorbed, that is called endothermic reaction. So we have discussed earlier. Let's see again. What is the endothermic reaction? The chemical reaction in which heat is absorbed is called endothermic reaction. The reaction where the system absorbs the energy from the surrounding in the form of heat. For example, endothermic processes are photosynthesis, evaporating of liquid, melting ice. All these activity cannot be happen without absorbing heat. Suppose melting of ice. When it will happen? When ice will absorb heat from the surrounding, then it will start melting. Means absorbing heat means endothermic reactions. It is very clear. And another example, when ammonium chloride is dissolved in water, an endothermic reaction takes place. You will see that water get cooled. Even you are staying in a village area, you have seen when urea is dissolved in water, and when you will put your hand in that solution of urea, you will feel cold, because that water get cooled because of it absorb heat from the surrounding, and that is the example of endothermic reactions. So chemical reaction in which energy is absorbed, that is called endothermic reactions. And what is exothermic? That is just opposite of endothermic. The chemical reaction in which energy is released. Energy is released in the form of heat, and light. In the form of heat and light, that is called exothermic reaction. You can see calcium carbonate dissolved in water. What is formed? calcium hydroxide, carbon dioxide, and energy is released. And energy is released in the form of heat or light. That is a symbol of energy. You can see a very good chart is there. You can see heat energy is absorbed in the formation of product. Means that is an example of endothermic reaction. This is an example of endothermic. Exothermic already have given in previous lecture. That is a energy is released in system. That means that is a picture for the endothermic reactions. So again, now next topic is that condition necessary for chemical reaction. What is a condition? What conditions are required for chemical reactions? The first one is that reacting substances should be in close contact. Means reactant must be contact with each other. If they will not contact with each other, reaction will not take place. The chemical changes lead to formation of new substances. Hence, chemical reactions occur between the reactants. Hence, the reacting substances should be in contact for the formation of new substances. Suppose rusting of iron. Rusting of iron. That is a chemical change. What happens when iron is exposed to the sunlight, to the air, in the moisture? What happens? Moisture will come in contact with iron and form browny layer over it, that is called rust. So my dear students, reacting substances should be in close contact for the chemical reactions. Next condition is that heat. Many reactions require heat for the formation of new product. Examples are, there are many reactions which do not happen without the presence of heat. Example, decomposition of calcium carbonate, CaCO3. When CaCO3 is heated at high temperature, what happens? It will be decomposed in calcium oxide or carbon dioxide gas. So you can see that calcium carbonate is broken down into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide, and it happens in the presence of heat. So it is a very clear, heat is also required in many chemical reactions. Light. Many chemical reactions takes place in the presence of light. That is known as a photochemical reaction. Photochemical reaction. Photo means light. Chemical reactions means many chemical reaction. The chemical reactions which happen in the presence of sunlight, that is called photochemical reactions. Example, silver bromide is exposed to sunlight. It will be decomposed into silver and bromine. You can see that is a reaction. AgBr is exposed to sunlight. It will be decomposed into silver and bromine. During the photosynthesis, chemical reactions takes place. It also requires sunlight. Like, yes, this reaction also takes place in the presence of sunlight. You can see that carbon dioxide react with water in the presence of sunlight. What is formed? Glucose, oxygen and water. You can see that. What is formed? Carbon dioxide react with oxygen in the presence of sunlight, and with the help of chlorophyll. What is formed? Glucose. What is formula of glucose? C6H12 and O6. Glucose, oxygen and carbon dioxide or water molecules. That is a photosynthesis reactions which happens in the presence of sunlight. Catalyst. it is a very important topic. What is a catalyst? Like in your daily activity, sometime you are having Horlicks and Complan. Why you are having Horlicks and Complan? To get extra energy, extra nutrients for your body. Same, the catalyst is playing a very vital role in many chemical reactions. It either increase the rate of reaction or decrease the rate of reaction. Means the catalyst is acting as extra nutrients which control the rate of reactions. Control the rate of reaction. Rate of reaction. It can accelerate the rate of reaction or slow down the rate of reactions. Catalyst has a property. If it accelerates the rate of reaction, that is called promoter, and if it slow down the rate of reaction, that is called poison or inhibitor. So you will discuss about the what is a catalyst, type of catalyst in the higher classes. Just keep it in mind, catalyst is a substances which increase the rate of reaction or decrease the rate of reaction. Means control the rate of reaction without use itself. The substances that increase the rate of reaction without itself undergoing any permanent chemical changes is called catalyst. Now, electric is also required in many chemical reaction. A most common example is that electrolysis of water. When electric current is passed through the water molecule, water will be broken down into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Will be broken down into hydrogen gas or oxygen gas. Will be broken down into hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. That's why, my dear student, during the electrical burning, do not put water on naked electric wire, because naked electric wire has an electric current, and whenever electric current is passed through the water molecule, what happen? Water molecule will broken down into oxygen molecule and hydrogen molecules, and we know that oxygen help in burning, help in combustion. So fire will also increase, not it will decrease. So try to put some carbon dioxide gas and sand over the electrical burning. Don't put water. And that is the best example, the electrolysis of water. When current is passed, you can see current is passing through the solution of water. Water is broken down into two constituent particles, oxygen gas and hydrogen gas. You can see hydrogen gas and oxygen gas, and these reactions is happen in the presence of electric current. So it is a very clear, in a chemical reaction electricity is also required. So that is enough for you. Thank you and have a nice day, and in the next lecture we will discuss about the question answer of this chapter. Thank you.